Hey everybody, hope you're having a good week so far. I'm out here in the beautiful sunny Colorado, taking the dogs on a walk right now, and I just want to reach out about something that I think is a pretty core thing to really nail down and to work on. If you are struggling with porn, if you're wanting to get porn out of your life, like I think a lot of us are, because it's so prevalent in society, it's at our fingertips, but it also has so many negative effects in our life, both on our brain and our body, our soul. So I just wanted to share this. This is something that's really helped me out. Hopefully it can help you. But I think it's really nailing down and digging deep and asking yourself, what need does porn fill in your life? Like, what's missing? Like, what basic need are you missing in your life that is being filled with porn? So for example, for me, typically when I went to porn the most was when I was feeling useless, when I wasn't feeling valued. I think when I was also just feeling unconfident, unsure, like I just didn't have a purpose in life. That's typically what drew me to porn. And those were the times where it was like the toughest to stay away from it, to quit it for a sustained amount of time, was normally when I just had that lack of purpose, that lack of value. And I think that's a really important question to ask yourself, because it's not like you're going to porn because you're a bad person, because you don't have any morals. I think deep down inside, we're going to actually fulfill some sort of need that we're missing in life. There's a very logical reason we go to it and why it's just been ingrained in us. I mean, since 10 for me, and I'm sure for a lot of listeners, it happened at an early age, where we went to this thing out of potentially curiosity, like a friend shared it with us, or we just kind of caught it on a computer or something like that. With that curiosity, of course, of having that sexual drive, that's what enters us in. But then what keeps you there is that lack of some sort of basic need that porn is filling and solving. I do that because I don't actually think it's actually filling that need or solving it. It's keeping you in the loop. It's keeping your attention. It's really good at it, and it's at our fingertips. So I think one really helpful way to get yourself out of this loop, get yourself out of this rhythm where it feels like you just can't get out of it, you can't quit it, and you really want to, deep and down inside that it's not providing you value. It's turning you into someone that you don't want to be. A really important thing to do is to ask yourself, what need is this filling? And that's going to be different for everybody. But like, what basic need are you missing? Are you missing that need for attention? Are you missing that need for that confidence? Are you missing that need for affection? Are you missing that need for just feeling like you're providing value, that you are valued? Like, what is it? I was able to find that out through therapy. I think talking to loved ones, talking to people you trust, if you do have a therapist, it's a really, I think, an important question to ask and to really dig into and answer for yourself. And then, so that's number one, is ask yourself, what need is porn filling your life? And like, what valid need is it? Because it typically is a valid need that somehow there's a disconnect you're missing. Number two is, once you figure that out, what are some actions you can take and goals that you have to fill that need? What's a purpose that's positive in your life that you can focus on that's going to fill that need that you're missing? So for me, like I was sharing before, that feeling of not providing value, feeling valued. I think for me, like what's been really helpful is, having my podcast, having Substack, being able to write, talk to people about this, share my story has been really valuable. I think that's provided me some purpose. But also, I think I shared in earlier videos or podcasts, I bought an RV back in March, been living full-time out of it, working out of it, traveling the country. And that's been, I think, the purpose of that is really to understand more about myself, to explore, to adventure. And having that as a center, as something to focus on for me, has really gotten those cravings, those temptations tamped down to a place where I can really kind of be aware of when it's happening and then act and take actions to do something positive instead of falling back into the pitfall of porn. Another thing that I do, and this is a lot more kind of a tangible thing that could apply to you potentially, is if I'm feeling like, today I don't really feel that motivated, I don't feel that confident, don't really have any goals, one thing to do is get outside, go on a walk, get some exercise in. That's a very easy way to set a goal and to knock it out. And when you knock out goals, you do feel that confidence, you do feel that value, like you're adding value, like you're doing something in your life. So that's something that I just wanted to share with you today. Hopefully that's helpful for you. If you want to have more content, I do have a podcast. It's Pornfreemillennial. You can find me on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. I also do write. My Substack is called Pornfreemillennial, and again, that's on Substack. So that's what I got for today. Hopefully that's helpful for you. And maybe just leave in the comments below, what's one purpose or goal that you're going to work towards this week, and what actions are you going to take to fulfill that purpose or that goal. I'd be happy to hear, and let me know if you guys have any ideas of any other topics that you want me to go over. This whole point of this TikTok, my podcast, my writing, is just to share my journey as I'm going through recovery. I'm still figuring all this stuff out, and I wanted to share, my perspectives, my past experiences, my present experiences, to help you out too, because I know this is a huge problem right now. It's an epidemic problem, I think, in society. All this stuff is way too accessible, and a lot of this content is very visceral. It's not natural, and I think it's really affecting our minds, our bodies, and our souls in a very negative way. So that's why I'm speaking out on this, and hopefully this message resonated with you. So hope you have a great week. Thanks for listening.